Y'all, welcome to my kitchen. So today I am going to be taking 5 of the chicken carcasses that I had left over from after I processed the chickens. When I took the dark meat and the light meat and the wings off of the chicken, I kept the actual carcasses and I froze them until a time when I wanted to do this chicken broth. Now, these are raw, so when I do the broth, I'll also be cooking the chicken pretty much off of them. But you could use store-bought chickens, even the rotisserie chickens. If you want to make your own broth, you could do that. After you ate the chicken off of it, you could then make broth with it. That's very much possible. So I also save, and I have several bags, carrots and celery and onions and bell peppers. And here's another larger bag of just some vegetables that I saved that I know that I'm not going to use. Maybe they're getting close to that expiration time. You know, you can kind of tell that they're getting a little older. And I just go ahead and put them in a Ziploc baggie, throw them in the freezer for when I decide to make my chicken broth. So basically all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these 5 carcasses. I'm going to put them in a big, huge stock pot. It is technically, you want to do about 6 cups of water per chicken. I have 5, so that'll be 30 cups of water. Yeah. So I will be using 30 cups of water. And then I'll throw all these veggies in there as well. And like I said, all of my stuff is frozen, but that's okay. It'll cook, and I'll let it cook and simmer for a good while. So. Carcass, you would use 6 cups of water, salt and pepper, onions, carrots, celery, any other kind of herbs that you like. You could put bay leaves, you could put parsley. I of course use Tony's in mine, just an allspice that I love. That's my go-to in everything. So I have Tony's and salt and pepper as well. So you can kind of just play with it however you want to. Add whatever spices you like to it. Of course, if you're going to can this, you want to do your research and see what you can and can't put. I know that if you do can your chicken broth, you're going to have to skim off some of the fat. So you want to do your research on that. I am freezing mine. That's the easiest way for me to store this and to do this. So I'm going to actually freeze mine once I drain this. You may have seen in the broth that I had like the whole onion piece. All of that's completely fine to cook in there because you're going to strain it off at the end. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of bring it up to a boil, and then I'm going to let it simmer for probably 2 or 3 hours. Y'all, so this chicken broth has been simmering now for about 2 hours. All the vegetables are good and tenderized and almost pretty much mush. So now I'm going to take this broth in this stock pot, and I'm going to drain all of the stuff out. I'm going to get all of the chunks of chicken out and chunks of vegetables and any chunks of herbs or whatever's in here. And all I'm going to save is the broth, and basically put them in the freezer, and they will be there for when I'm ready to make chicken and rice, chicken and dumplings. Use it for mashed potatoes. Instead of boiling potatoes in water, you can boil them in chicken broth, taco soup. I make breakfast tacos. I use some chicken broth. So there's many ways you can use this chicken broth, and it is so yummy. So now that I've got everything strained off of the chicken broth, I'm gonna let the chicken broth cool, and then I'm going to measure out a quart, and I'm gonna actually put them in quart size bags.